Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Hey, how you doing there?
Well, we got everybody except
Hey, it's like the Brady Bunch of podcasts over here.
We got the whole
except Zagami.
whole family.
So, welcome everyone. Great way to start our 8th year. Right, Zagami?
Imagine that. 8? Is that 8?
Is he live?
He needs a counter.
Yeah.
He's stuck.
What?
Anyway.
Who's stuck?
You were frozen up on the screen.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, with that fake
Not on
picture.
our end. I saw you.
With that fake picture of Maine behind you.
Wait, well, it must be the cold weather here in Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
So what on earth are we going to do when we get to Tampa next week?
Well, we can talk about Tampa, right?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
okay. We can officially talk about Tampa on this show.
Yes.
Okay. So, Bernie and Bill, I'm heading down to Tampa next week for the Tampa RV show, and I'm going to meet Mr. Zagami down there. And today, when we were taping another show, I said, I can't wait, because you know how it's cold. It's been up here as our audience.
19 degrees in the area where you are, Bob.
Get to our audience. And Zagami said it's 45 here this morning. So I talked to Kevin Horkey from Keystone, and he said it's not supposed to be more than the mid 40s. So I think I might be able to save money by not buying a spot for my suitcase on the plane and wearing the same clothes for 3 days and just getting toothpaste from the
hotel.
desk.
Yeah.
Grow
Right?
your
I
beard.
can save $90, $45 each way for my suitcase.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you're pressing your luck flying Spirit Airlines 2
Yeah.
months in a row.
Last time it was perfect and everything. So, hey,
Okay.
let's say hello to our audience, Mr. Zagami.
Yeah.
We have, and you guys chip in too as well because we're all here. Don and Pat Hawes, Happy New Year from
Before you do that,
yeah.
I'm gonna do. We're entering the season without a sponsor. So if you got friends in the business, you got some of the manufacturers, Bernie, that you're dealing with, we are open to sponsorship opportunities, and we sincerely thank Seacoast RVs for their support all last year, and wish them the best of luck as they get into 2025. So, can you believe? All right, you got who we got for comments already?
Okay, so we have the Hawes saying Happy New Year from Athens, Texas. Hey Don, what do you got for weather down there in Texas? Because we're gonna show a video up here in just a couple minutes, especially for our friends down south. The name of the show is RVing in New England, but really should be RVing from New England because we have a international audience. So consequently,
Nationwide, anyway. Yeah.
not everybody who watches the show is from New England. So
Maybe in our 10th anniversary, John, we can change it to from New England. Make a big, massive verbal change on the slide.
New branding.
Are being from 10 years. We're going to go from in to from.
and
Well,
if we make a verbal, how can we make a verbal change on the slide? We have to make a physical change on the
you
slide.
get a little button or a little starburst. That
Yeah,
pops
right,
up over
right,
it.
right.
But-
Okay, so Hawes, tell us what
John
you
and
got
Pat Hawes, they're going to be dealing with really cold weather.
in Texas.
Talking about for the bowl game this weekend that they may end up getting snowed out. Even.
Oh, they have semifinal games this weekend?
Yeah.
Are they at the same site?
AT&T Stadium
isn't-
is the one that
isn't
they're
the
worried about.
Isn't the Orange Bowl tomorrow night with Notre Dame and Penn State? And then
I don't know.
the other one is Friday night, I think.
Oh, is that right?
I
the
think
Friday
The
night
Orange
one.
Bowl is Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Thursday
winter-
night, Friday night, and the national championship game on Monday.
Yeah, and the Friday
Can't
night
wait.
one.
It's got to be another week.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not going to do it back to
They're not
back.
gonna
Yeah,
do
the
two in
storm
same
is
week.
slated to end at 6 p.m. and the bowl game starts at 6:30, and they're expecting just total chaos of people getting through the snow because, of course, they don't have snow removal
Whereabouts?
like we do.
Well, the Orange the Orange Bowl is in Miami, so they're all right.
Yeah, AT&T Stadium. Where
In
is
Dallas?
that? Yeah, Arlington, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting snow this week for sure.
Oh, okay.
And then it's going to Washington. They're going to get hit again in Tennessee and Washington.
Yeah.
You're
So Bernie,
right,
Walter,
there is a week. The championship game is on the 20th. So you're right.
Yep.
There's a week.
Walter wrote a note saying he had to grab an extra blanket last night, but Walter, I think, said he's coming up here this weekend. Walter, are you nuts?
He did say he's coming up here just in time for us to get some snow in the Boston area.
But
It's going to be a sprinkle. Yeah.
Actually, it might not be it might be just as cold in Florida.
Yeah, because he noted freeze warnings for tomorrow.
Speaking about Florida, we are going to add Frank Planche into the Swenson Zagami racing team. We're going to make him an honorary member because he left Sunday morning as the storm was hitting the East Coast. He drove 750 miles Sunday.
That's a physically. Was he towing a trailer?
He was towing the big DRV. And then he went
brand
back
new
on
one?
the road. Now, I haven't heard from him, but I think he's going to the resort he stays in Fort Myers. Then he's going to work the show. He's actually working the show for New Horizon. He's getting a brand new Horizon that's being built. And I think
it's not done yet?
It's going to be at the show, but it has to go back to the factory because they don't have everything on it yet. Can you imagine that? You spend all that money. Hey, Frank, can I borrow your fifth wheel? I want to put it in the Tampa show so I can show it to 75,000 people.
I'll tell you. And I think all you guys
go back to the factory because besides what we didn't finish, whatever the people damaged, it's got to go back.
Okay. Well, I think we can all agree on this. I would not want to have an RV that has been in a model at a show because Bill, remember a few years ago,
everything.
Remember when we brought the Class C's over to the car show?
To the car show, they removed the gear shifter. It had been removed. The directional arm was broken off. The doorknob was taken off. I mean, everything that they could take off, they took off.
That was the same year as Zagami
I'm
rode.
sure it's going to be
on the bikes,
and it'll be appointment only.
That was the same year that Zagami rode headfirst into the wall.
No, wasn't.
At the
wiped out when we turned.
I got video on it, Zagami. No, you can't. I got video of you going into the damn wall.
We did not do e-bikes.
Yeah, that was the year we did it. Not at the RV side.
With the Class Bs and the e-bikes?
It was the Class Cs that was in the RV thing from Winnebago, right next to the
e-bikes.
It was in the auto show side of the
over on the left,
on the far left on the back wall.
Yeah,
and the video that's classic of Mr. Zagami getting on the bike, riding away, and then he goes to make a U-turn and disappears. And we're standing there. John Stone is holding his camera.
Well,
and it's like, is he coming back?
Dwayne Cyrus says he was there, so he knows what happened.
Oh, yeah. Dwayne was here. Is Dwayne on?
Yeah, he's on.
Dwayne's on. Yeah, he just said I was there.
Yeah, Dwayne knows.
Your opinion. Yeah,
Dwayne knows because Dwayne and I spent the first day in that Class C. No, Class B, I think it was.
Class B.
The Class B.
And the second day, he had to go to Home Depot and get all new repair stuff.
They go get
by Sunday it was.
Yeah.
By Sunday it was locked up.
Yeah. Dwayne, I got your message today. I'll give you a call tomorrow. I didn't stop going crazy today, but thanks for joining in tonight. Glad to see you. Oh, Audrey Foley Egan. Where you been, Audrey? She hasn't been here for a while.
Yeah.
Dwayne says, I worked every minute of the auto show. Never again.
Well,
Randy says, happy 8th anniversary, gentlemen. Thank you, Walter. Medical visits that are urgently needed. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's never fun. I think we might hear from Frank because he should have got to Fort Myers no later than Tuesday. I think he may have made it on Monday. He was wailing it though.
Our friend Patrick Buchanan from the Camper Report Show says threatening snow and shutting down the entire city here tomorrow or Friday. Now he's in Fort Worth, I think. Patrick, are you in Fort Worth?
Wasn't he in
It's the DFW area. Snow
Well,
predicted for Austin,
it's Dallas.
Texas.
Right. That's the area that they're saying is going to get nailed.
If he can fly, we'll catch up with him in Tampa next week.
Yeah. It says we'll see you in Tampa next week. We're reading these from the bottom up. Let's go back to the top and read them down. Because you know what? Look at
what do we got?
Here's something that we bring to the table that there's no other show that allows there's no other live show that the audience can chip in live like this. And the fact is, we're totally unprepared to do the show without an audience. Right. So it's good that we have an audience here, right?
It's definitely obvious that you're unprepared to do the show, but that's okay.
If a night comes up and I don't see anybody registered in the top left corner, I'm shutting it down.
Yeah. Okay. So Walter Swenson, Happy New Year. Jim Conboy, happy 8th anniversary. Okay. I thought it was 10, but whatever.
No, it's 8.
Well, we had been adding too many years the last year or two, so I had to get this. And that, by the way, folks, that is official. I mean, John and I were throwing numbers against the wall the last couple of years, so I had to go back to Michelle Fontaine, who has been with us since the beginning, and she dug out the very first show. So if we ever wanted to take a night off, John, we'll do that, and we'll play that old rerun. And I'll tell you what, we don't look pretty, we don't look smart either.
Yeah, well, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Did you have hair?
What
we do know is that we have done 208 Camper Report shows.
Right.
And
that's brilliant.
This week is 209.
I thought it was 8.
No, 209.
You sure?
But you're right. We have done 208.
Yeah.
And we had one more today, this Friday. That makes 209. 208 plus 1 is 209.
Okay. But we wouldn't be able to do it without our friend Patrick Buchanan, who was our editor way back in the beginning.
Yeah. Hey, Bernie, what are you doing next Wednesday night?
Next Wednesday night, I think I'm going to be setting up the show.
Oh yeah, you're going to be in the show.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Boston. So we're going to be moving in our units and probably bumping into Randy. Hoping I get a chance to say hi to him.
All right, check your schedule and let me know, because we might maybe we'll have Bill do it then. We want to do live shots and videos from Tampa for the dealers that are down there, for the manufacturers that our dealers are selling, and some of the new stuff that's going to be.
By 7 o'clock, if I have good Wi-Fi, I might be able to do it. So.
It's perfect Wi-Fi and it's free at the BCEC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be in the hotel at the time, but yeah, we'll see.
Okay, let's get back to our comments.
Yes. Okay. Well, here's Charlie.
703. Here's a story of a man named Zagami.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to sing it.
I don't know.
Well, because it was a Brady Bunch squares, is what John said.
Yeah. See, Bernie referred to the Brady Bunch earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Brady Bunch will be there.
Freeze warnings into tomorrow morning.
That's Davenport.
It's 38 here in Athens, Texas at 6:05. Michael DePietro. Hi, Uncle Bernie. Nice to see you on the show.
Yeah, see, now.
Nice to see you, Mike.
Michael is having a side conversation, but not with John.
Yeah, right. Now, Dante says, evening all from cold Daytona. Well, Dante, you better warm it up because Zagami and I might be heading over to that. I think it's the 16th.
February 16th.
Yeah, February 16th.
Yeah, for the 500, yeah. And the other DePietro, you already warned him about his side conversations.
Hey, it's not. I'm on the show.
Huh?
It's not a side conversation.
Well, that's true. I guess we can't call it.
That counts. That's good.
You can say stinky Italian.
Good one.
What? Jim Conway.
Good one, Bernie.
You can say stinky Italian. What do you mean by that? I don't know.
I just checked the temperature.
Too much garlic for breakfast, yeah.
It's 56 in Ave Maria tonight.
Ooh.
But it'll be down into the 40s in the morning. Tomorrow will be really cold.
Yeah, we have wind chills in the single digits nonstop for the last 4 days. It's been pretty brisk.
Right here, it is.
I'll tell you, if that's that way during the Boston show, there's nothing worse than the wind chill factor around that convention
building.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Coming up that parking lot. And
it wakes you up after a long day at the show. You walk across the street to go to your hotel and whee!
Yeah.
What do you got there, John?
Patrick congratulations.
John, we can't see it.
17 degrees.
17. You're
That's
17.
without
Yeah,
the wind.
19. It's balmy just east of you.
Okay. Patrick says, congrats on all the success and looking forward to a great 8th year for you. We'll see you in Tampa next week. That's right.
That's right.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, what a great team to work with.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you.
RV Life, I'm telling you.
We're so blessed.
They just make us look too good. I mean, yeah, we're good looking and we're smart, but they just, when
What do you mean about we're good looking?
all right, I'm good looking and I just tag you along. John, if you're going to play that game, you got to get up early in the morning to Petro.
The crazy part about the Camper Report show, that all got started when we were, Patrick, correct me if I'm incorrect on this, by bumping into Patrick and Andy in the waiting area of the RV Hall of Fame.
No, we had them on our show. We had them on RVing in New England. Then a couple of weeks later, Andy called and said, let's do a show.
Yeah, but didn't we bump? I'm trying to figure out how we met them first. I think we met them at, I know we were in the RV Hall of Fame when we were talking to those two guys.
That was the first time we met them in person. So you're right and I'm right. But that was the time we had breakfast with them, and that was the first time we met them in person.
See, Zagami he'll never give me total credit for being right. He always has to take half the credit.
Of course, exactly.
Okay.
So,
So
what do we say here? Snow,
let's keep
snow
rolling.
for
We're
us?
only at 7:06.
What-
Threatening snow and shutting down the city. Okay. Dawn
Why-
Ho said,
Why is Walter quoting Austin, Texas?
Because we were talking about the bowl game
Oh, okay.
in that area, and that it's going to be
Oh,
snow.
it's Austin. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
15
Yeah, the
minutes
long
ago.
ones are from there,
There
too.
you go. Yep.
they're saying, okay.
Threatening
threatening
snow and shutting down the entire city here tomorrow or Friday. Man,
Okay.
man.
Now, you got to understand that the one of the times that I've been in Dallas, the weather got to be 32 degrees and the city was shutting down because the highway ramps are built on such pitches that if there's ice, you just go totally off the
fine.
road.
It is amazing how many.
And the electric grid can't handle it with everybody turning up the heat.
The heat, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But wait till they go try to charge their Teslas at 20 degrees.
I'm charging mine twice a day now. And by the way, let's give a little preview to the Camp Report show that we've got coming out this week. That we got two big features on electric travel trailers. Okay, Bob's got. Well, let me tell him this, and then Bob, you tell him yours. There's one called the Flow, which is coming out, and it says you'll be able to maneuver the travel trailer around the campground with your phone.
With the phone, yes.
Right. Okay. Now, I said, and it's on tape, and I will back up that statement, that a lot of the campgrounds that I've seen, you can probably do that in a perfect environment, like inside a building that has no stones, okay, and it's perfectly flat. But I have been to campgrounds all over the country that they're pitched this way, they're pitched that way, they're pitched up, they're pitched back, and they have stones, they have boulders, they have wood chips on them. I said, I don't think you're going to see much success with that person with the iPhone trying to move his RV around. Okay?
I disagree.
Yeah,
Okay.
not with when you see the power of the motors. I haven't seen them in person yet.
They're supposed to be pretty good, but if everybody ran their campground like Marsha Gavin does over there at Normandy Farms, she's one of our guests tonight. She's watching the show. They'd be okay, because I don't know when the last time you went to Normandy Farms, but those sites are flat as a board. They're nice and easy to get in and out of there.
Yeah.
Right. But
you know what drives these two? There's that Pebble Farm and there's Lightship, and both of those are on display this week.
Where?
Vegas.
Where?
In Las
Yes.
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Not at an RV show.
You're right. Which is exactly where this industry is going.
Consumer
We need
electronic
to-
show and the technology is amazing. Do you know that on the Pedal Farm, and you can see it in my interview on the Camper Report Show on the RV Life Network, if you join in on Friday when it's posted. But you know how you go, you tow in a trailer, whether it's a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, and it rocks in this, the ball joint isn't tight, so you speed up and the trailer wants to get, all of that. They have technology in this trailer that as soon as that happens, they adjust for it, and you don't have it anymore. You don't even feel the trailer behind you when it's going down the street. A trailer. This is a 26-foot trailer. Now, both of those are not for the average or new buyer. They probably are not catering them out the gate to an RVer even. They're going to be $250,000, and they're going to fit in the garage. The technology, you really got to look at it. It's going to be very interesting to see the reports that are coming out of CES.
There's another feature of that, which I talked about, and that is when you enter the RV, you enter either into the bathroom or adjacent to the bathroom, which has a glass wall.
A clear glass wall. Now, it's not right. You don't enter the bathroom, but you go in, you take a left, and it's the room on the side, but it's a totally framed bathroom, but it just happens to have clear glass on it.
It's for the romantic types, I guess, John.
No. What it is it's the changeable glass that can change
your fogs, right?
Transparency to black.
Okay.
Now, guess where the switch is to make that happen?
In the dining room.
You know, this is a highly technical conversation for this game.
It sounds it.
You know,
it's in your pocket.
It's on the inside of the bathroom, so that they didn't want to have it on the outside. And then some prankster go by, and all of a sudden the black one becomes clear, and you're in the shower. So, but that's about the extent of our technology expertise.
Okay, how do we get into that?
You notice Bill Sell's not saying anything.
Well, because I've learned about these units
wallow in a hole that they just dug for themselves.
Yeah. But they are, and it's a growing category in terms of number.
Yeah,
and they are wonderful units. It really is a power assist. It's not going to be a driverless vehicle. It's not like the self-driving Tesla that you say, RV trailer, let me sit in it and take me to Vegas.
You're not going to ride down the highway and minus the truck. Yeah.
Right. You need the tow vehicle.
Right.
But when it comes to a little bit of assist, you can unhook. You're not going to have the embarrassment of trying to back it in 16 tries and then have somebody come over and say, would you like some help? And then, of course, your wife's standing there looking at you.
Reduce fuel consumption. Yeah.
After they've videotaped you and put it on Facebook.
Right, exactly. And everybody else is laughing. Then when you finally get it in, they all cheer.
You're still backing up. And before you know it, it's going viral on Instagram.
Yeah. So we got Randy. Thank you, Randy. Yeah.
Well, let's talk to Dwayne for a minute if he's still there.
Audrey.
Okay.
Audrey, let us know where you've been hiding. I mean, maybe did Bob retire already? Maybe they're out on the road and
he's retired.
Yeah, so maybe they're camping down south.
Yeah. Dwayne Cyrus, will we see you in Tampa, Dwayne? We usually see Dwayne in.
He sent me a note today. I got to talk to him tomorrow. He's gonna be down there.
Yeah.
But what does this mean? I was there.
He was at the
show.
Oh, at the
auto show.
How quickly
Dwayne and I were cutting up 2x4s to prop up the steps that some jokers were jumping on.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
He had to figure out how to drive the vehicle out without a stick shift because you couldn't shift because they removed it.
So he worked every minute on the auto show side. That's why
never do that again.
Was in person, right?
Never again.
I think
it was the first. It was the Rebel that they destroyed.
Yeah, Steve Flagg had that display. So that was a Flagg RV display.
And that was the last time he
exhibited. Oh, that was the first show for the Rebel for us?
Yeah.
Oh, she's busy with grandkids.
First show for the Rebel. Right, Amy had Ryan. I've seen Ryan. Now, here's what Ryan has done. Bob, remember we talked about Ryan being a little faster than the normal person here. the way he markets his business and the way he came to us.
Oh, yeah.
When we went to Lurox. Well,
Yeah.
he called me a few weeks ago and said, I want to give back because I've had a great year and I want to give back. So we found a charity in Worcester that he came and worked at and challenged his, I shouldn't say challenge, but made an offer to his customers that if they gave a certain amount to the church, that he would give them that equal amount in a gift certificate, for future service. But what he's done in the last couple of weeks since then is on Saturday mornings from 7 to 9 in the morning, he brings his young kids down to the food pantry and they hand out food and the boys carry stuff out to the cars.
That's fantastic.
One thing you see when you work at a food pantry, and one thing about RVers is that whenever there's an RV rally, there's always some type of charity that is connected to it. They'll do a food drive and give it to the local food bank and that type of thing. But you see how fortunate you are to be able to participate in the RV lifestyle when, sadly, there's a couple Sprinter vans that are in the parking lot of the food pantry that people are sleeping in at night in sleeping bags on the floor. And I said, I don't think you could call in an RV, but anyway, Ryan, congratulations for being smart enough to do that.
And
Audrey says, happy anniversary. We had so much fun watching this show and learned so much. Okay, that's right. Yep. Marcia says,
go through. Yep.
Oh, how far are you?
Oh, okay. I'm down at
He's 3 behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcia, only 8 years. Wow, seems longer than that. Thanks for your service to the
Maria. Yeah. Okay.
Marcia.
No, Maria Glenn.
Maria. Oh, Maria. Okay.
One here in Florida. Now, Maria, you over at Sarasota or in that area or Cape Coral, I think? Currently 50 degrees, heading for 35. That's about right. I'll be a little bit colder than him. Maybe a little bit warmer. Who knows? Dante, 20. Wait a minute. Dante says it's 27 in Daytona now. Holy Christmas!
What do you do with? We need Randy Murray on. What do you do in a case like this where if it's going to stay like that for 2-3 days and you're in an RV?
You call Ryan Hadley and get that damn thing winterized real quick.
Yeah. You fly him down. Fly him down on Spirit.
Double the prices.
He won't get back home.
Yeah.
Walter's selling no driverless campers allowed.
Right. He doesn't want the Tesla of the camping site.
You got the guy in the parking lot yesterday. Yeah.
Well, the cart just kept going around and around.
There was no way for the guy to get out.
Well, yeah, exactly. Wouldn't let him out.
You see that, John?
No.
You didn't see it? The guy had an autonomous vehicle. And was it a Tesla, Bill? And it's in a parking lot?
It was a Waymo car, is what it was.
Waymo, yeah. So
yeah,
and starts going around the parking lot. The
guy's trying to drop him off at the airport and would not stop.
He's trying to get to the airport, so he's filming on his cell phone of them going around in the airport, and he almost missed his flight. If they got a hold of the company, they got a hold of the software engineer, they figured it out on the fly. Now it starts going the right way to the airport, and that was really strange.
Hey, we have an all-star audience tonight. Larry Peter is with us. What's an electric RV? Larry.
That's what we're talking about, that it's the trailer and it's electric assist.
They're both
they have both models.
Pebble form are referring to them as EV travel trailers. They're not autonomous vehicles, though, but they are totally EV. They have their own motors. They have motors on top of the wheels, and that's what balances it out, that you don't lose any range of the tow vehicle. So if you got a Cybertruck or an F-150 and it says you got a 300-mile range, you put any travel trailer in this industry behind that truck, and you lose 50% of your range. Mm-hmm. You put a light ship or a pebble form on the back because of the technology of regenerating from the brakes. There is no loss in range, and you don't even know you got the unit on the back. Yeah. But this is the first real. They're both taking deposits, but this, in terms of the light ship, is what they're calling. It's ready for ready to take the orders, and this is how they're going. This is how they're going to.
Time out. Now, Ryan Hadley said that's going to be an exciting system to learn to work on. Okay, Bob, you did not yet say the MSRP.
I did.
These units.
Yeah, he did. $250,000.
You weren't listening, DePietro. See, there you go. And you wonder why I don't want to give you credit for what comes out of your mouth. It's all right.
$250,000.
The case of.
And you can't even go to the bathroom in privacy.
Well, you can, as Walter says in 2 messages from now.
As long as you don't short circuit the foggy glass. Yeah.
Here's the reason they did it. Stop and think. See, these guys are technologists. They're not RVers. So they think about the technology. Now, the reason they do it, it's all windows all around. And by keeping the glass door on the bathroom, that light comes into the unit. So when you sit inside this thing, it's only 26 feet long. It's almost looks like a 40-foot park model, let me tell you. And the lighting is incredible. But no, it is in case of the light ship, the first edition is called an AE.1 Cosmos edition, and that's the top of the line. But they're only going to make 50 of them, and you can put the deposit down now. They'll be delivered. Hey,
yeah, the dog doesn't like it. But what if it's a sunny day? What if it's really sunny?
You put the shades up.
An easy bake oven.
Electronic shade.
People inside.
Hey. Look it. Now I will say this, and if Dwayne's here, I'll say this in front of him. When I saw the Winnebago Revel come out 5-6 years ago, maybe it's 7, 8, whatever it is, I said that's good for one season, and that's it. I couldn't have been more incorrect.
Well,
but I will say
we were together on that. I said, "Who the hell's going to buy that thing?"
Right. Yep. But I will say that if these two companies are still in business in 5 years, then I will be amazed.
I'll tell you what, both of them will be, and the reason being, they're technologists. These guys that are in these two companies, one has invented basically the smartphone.
Right.
They've worked at Tesla. They've worked at RVing. They started all these companies. As soon as they said to the investment community, "We're going to be building this electronic RV," they just opened up the checkbooks.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Bernie, how many $250,000 units have you sold in your years in this industry?
I don't know, maybe about 20 or so.
Okay, those are Class A diesel pushers at the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from
trailers, but
additional-
how many Airstreams have they sold? Isn't the Airstream the smallest Airstream is 16 feet on the base camp, and it's now up to $46,000. This price?
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are 150,000 and more too.
Right.
Yep. Well,
there's a market for everybody.
So
You
let's
look at
move on to
Cybertruck.
Walter Swenson. What would we do without Walter Swenson? Walter did some research, and we're 10 minutes behind in our comments. By the way, Bob, you want to take a
Are you serious? Yes, glass. It's glass that changes.
It fogs up. It's
Opaqueness.
electronic
It'll
fog.
switch from clear glass to opaque, so you can't see through, you can't see shadows, or you can have kind of a foggy one in the middle if you want to, watch a little bit of the shower and not do that. But so it is seriously glass. Go Dante. Go Google Pebble Form, and that's the company. The product is Lightship.
You'll see it. It's right on their homepage.
You can get the whole story this Friday in the Camper Report show.
Yep, I got that
Rob
right.
did a 20-minute interview.
Maybe I could play it, but no,
Yeah.
I can't play it tonight.
Yeah. So, Bob, do you want to? Do you have that other video ready on the snow stuff?
Yeah, we'll in lieu of a commercial, we'll do.
Yeah, let's do that. And we're going to come back to our comments in just a minute.
Now, Bernie, stay with me here because you might have to give me some instructions.
Yeah,
because
but in the meantime, I'll read Walter's comment about
I
that.
was up for 2 weeks, but this is John DePietro 12 years ago. What'd you say about Bernie?
Bernie, let me just read Walter's. This last thing, as you set that up, though. It's on the inside of the bathroom, but Microsoft requires you to reboot before changing the colors. And the service patch breaks the system, whatever that means. You got to be ready to
That's what I was
wait.
referring to before. Yeah.
I mean, with all these brains on here, I should be able to figure this out. Where to go, Bernie? Share screen?
Let me set it up. While Bob's trying to figure that out,
Wait.
keep in mind that this week, several states that don't normally get snow are getting snow. And it's not just like the old days where it would snow for 5 inches in Atlanta and be gone the next day when the heat came back on. Okay, this snow has been there for 3-4 days, like in Virginia, in Kentucky, and Nashville, et cetera. So, and now that people are saying it's going to snow in Texas. So, because they don't have snow plows, what they do is salt the hell out of the roads. And even up here in New England, I think you guys will all agree that they put this brine on the road the day before the storm, which is supposed to make the snow, more liquid for a period of time. However, studies have shown that stuff is extremely corrosive. Now, for those of you who are not as advanced with me in your vocabulary, corrosive means it'll rust like hell.
Okay. So, Bernie, I hit share screen.
Yeah, and then you have to pick the window where you have the video open.
Okay, let's see how this goes here.
Yep. Yeah. So here's what you need to do.
So
we'll sing the Jeopardy theme song.
Bum 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 bum.
And now you need the answer. Did you find your other window, Bob?
Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your television set.
You got a real nice neck there, Bob.
Now, wait a minute. If I go back to you, so I hit share screen, and if I hit...
Then you have to click on the window.
Where the video is.
And then on the bottom, you have to click one of those share screen choices on the bottom. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yep.
And then you got to expand it within that window.
It's 18 minutes and 12 seconds long.
It is not.
So,
hey, everybody, it's John DePietro, and I have a tip for every RVer, regardless of where they live in this great country of ours, the United States of America. You know, after the past winter that we had with snow in record amounts up in the Northeast, but we also got snow in parts of the country that don't necessarily ever get snow, like many times this past winter in the Atlanta area. So what's happened is many of the people that use their RVs year-round, they drove on salt and roads that were treated with chemicals that could be harmful to the undercarriage of the RV. So here's what I've done, and I picked this tip up from our friends at RVs R Us. Took a regular garden hose and attached a sprinkler that I got at a local hardware store. And what I'm going to do is to take the hose and put it up under the undercarriage of the RV. I'll show you in a second. So what I've done now is move the nozzle, the sprinkler head, up through the center of the undercarriage. So it's right underneath the front end of the motorhome. And then what I'm going to do in a moment is just turn the water on. Now, what does this do? Well, it's impossible to get underneath your motorhome and scrub the areas of salt. But what the sprinkler system will do that for you. So let's watch. Now the water's turned on. It's underneath the motorhome. And it's washing where you couldn't get. And it's washing the undercarriage. And certainly it drains by itself because of this thing called gravity. So in this case, it's a Class C unit, but it makes no difference what type motorhome it is. So let it run for 5 minutes and then just pull the hose back by the edge of the hose toward the rear. And basically what you've done is clean the undercarriage of your motorhome. You can see that there's some good action there under that part. And once you feel as though you've got it pretty good, you just go to the back of the motorhome, and pull the hose out a little bit. And now you're doing another section. So we hope that little tip will help you keep your motorhome rust-free and corrosion-free. And happy RV.
That's a good one. It really works.
Hey, good job, Bob.
That was what a young John DePietro looked like.
Good looking dude. Yeah.
So
we were looking for it today, and he tells me, "Oh, it was 2011,
2011.
Yeah. So John, nowadays, if you wanted to do that this season, you got to get the grandkids to climb under because you're not going to be able to bend over and climb under to slide in there.
Right. Exactly. Get them their raincoats and their boots and let them screw around.
They can hang around with it.
Let's ask our audience if they've ever tried anything like that, because that video's been viewed thousands of times.
Tried it. I'll bet Walter Swenson has automated the whole process by now.
He's got an RV wash in his
interesting
driveway.
Part is that some of these high-tech solutions are very low-tech.
Yeah.
Right.
And, when you realize you can't get underneath there and spray everything down. So by putting the sprinkler hose in it, it'll catch 80% of it. And as we know, the biggest enemy of an RV, at least the undercarriage is concerned, is rust. Right. And normally by the time you see it, it's too late to do anything about it.
Yeah.
A couple of things I want to add to that is that you can maybe attach a soap dispenser or something like that to the in line with the hose, so it kind of dispenses from soap. And the other thing is, it's actually a little bit easier if you go left to right as opposed, well, east to west as opposed to north to south with it. So you don't have to worry about keeping it in line for so long. You can just like send it out there, pull it back, send it back. And some people might even like tape it to a skateboard or something like that, So
that's a great idea.
Pretty easy,
That's a great idea, the skateboard.
Yeah. Well, I think the east to west is too, because you're much shorter distance.
Yep.
And you can place it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually,
we designed some kind of contraption like that. Yeah.
If you're going to do that, and I'm the least qualified here, technically, I'm sure, but
by far,
what if you put a piece of PVC pipe between the sprinkler itself and 5 or 6 feet of the hose? And then you got that sturdy piece to go in and out, in and out. We could spend 10 or 15 more minutes, guys. We could invent an automated version of this. We could have it out in the marketplace.
Yeah, Walter could put a servo on it, and it does it all automatically.
But Walter's already got it. He's selling it. Check out his Facebook page, probably.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
And
it's in one in the bathroom with the Microsoft.
That's that other one. Yeah. And Ryan.
He tried it and got the same information from RVs or us as well.
Yeah.
And what a shame. They were such a great service center.
Oh, it was. And he passed away shortly after that. It was horrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then his son.
Ryan says they're going to be easy, exciting system to learn to work on. Actually, Ryan, you should watch the show this week, because I interviewed Ben Parker, who was the co-founder and chief product officer, and we talked about service because they're not yet coming to the East Coast. And I said, well, you don't have to worry about service, even if you don't have a dealership or a facility, because we got this whole network of independent mobile techs, and they've already started to investigate that, and they have some all set up because the technology is so good. We expect much less maintenance. They do too, because they're used to designing stuff that doesn't break. And I've already given them your name, Ryan, and explained what you do and what your company does. So if they come east, Ryan, you got it. All right. And Uncle Tim is there. Zagami clearly you won't get any complaints on that one, not from me.
It proves that paying people off does work.
And Tim has a new Intech trailer coming, maybe for the Springfield show. He's hoping to have it for the Springfield show. Intech has expanded their product line, and I forget the name of it. It's AUCTIA.
But when's the Hartford show?
The Hartford show is the week after Boston, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll get to that.
I think. Do you know Bernie? Because you guys run.
Yeah, it is the week after Boston. I won't be going to that one.
Take them from Boston down to Connecticut.
There's only a small amount of product going to Hartford.
Oh, okay.
Airstream.
Airstream.
Yeah. Airstream going. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Audrey is funny.
Watching newbies pulling into a she's right. is the best entertainment, right? After we get ours set up, we get the beer or the Jack Daniels and sit back and watch everybody else try to do it. You know, I
in at 1 a.m.
I almost hate to admit this, but I had a couple of trails or something. Then it was later in building our businesses, and the kids were off to college, so we got a pop-up. And just so that I could come home on Friday night in May and I could go camping and not worry about it. And I forget the campground. I think it was in New Hampshire. But I had a Chevy Tahoe and a pop-up trailer. I got that thing stuck between two trees. 4 guys had to come over, unhitch it, pull it out of the mess that I got it in, and pulled it in or backed it into it manually. And that was my contribution to the RV industry. So I really look forward to just being able to sit there with my Jack Daniels and
And right after that, he went to Park Models.
Yeah.
Never had one.
I couldn't figure out how to get them between the trees.
Yeah. So Dwayne Cyrus says yes.
Yes.
And yep.
And then he says, yep.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep. Dwayne, it's snowed
All
big
true.
time.
That's why we talk about that show.
Advocating for a booth, advocating for a booth at the Boston RV show. It's in a week and a half, Don.
Yeah, it's a week and a half away. You might want to get on that.
They got to be looking at a different show because this is not the one.
Yeah, maybe you want to show 2026. Seriously, Dante, he's talking. You know, he's really intrigued with that glass shower.
He's visualizing.
I don't know why he's got so much interest in that glass shower.
By the way, if Larry Peter is still on from Campers Inn, Larry Zagami will be contacting you very shortly as we beg you for our Daytona tickets. So
we do hope to be there.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, let's put
it's going to be at 28.
We are going to be there, but it'd be nicer if we were the guests of Campers Inn RV.
Right. Now, RV Game Changer, that rings a bell. I
don't
know. Is that somebody talking to themselves?
Is that Michelle or is that your May doing it in the background, Bernie?
What's that?
That's Bernie talking to himself.
RV Game Changer.
Yeah, he's on that.
I was me talking to myself. Yeah.
Oh, he's talking to.
I was being courteous because we're so far behind on these comments. I was kind of responding to some of them.
What a hell of a way to start the year. Thank you. What do we got here? Run the fireplace.
That's how you keep it warm in 28-degree weather.
Yeah, exactly. Waymo car. Yeah, we just talked about that. Waymo car must be a service to rent them there.
Yep.
And car told him he needed to call customer service. Well, that was nice. If they had a self-identification of the problem and say, hey, look, we can't fix this, so why don't you call the company and see what they can do for you. Space heaters in the compartments if they are not already heated. So, okay. Do you have a particular brand or something that you recommend to your customers or that you've had good luck with, Ryan? Because I know a lot of them, you don't want them to tip over, but aren't the space heaters electric now? Rather, they're not propane.
No, they would be mostly electric, and you're going to be looking at 1,000 or 1,500 watts, but you're going to run into trouble with how many of those. The presumption here, of course, is that you're going to have plugged in a short power.
Yeah,
because they're only about 10 inches tall.
They're small box.
Wide.
Yeah,
they're small.
Yeah,
they're effective.
Yeah. Will they trip the breakers?
No, I don't think so. Because they only plug into a 2-prong plug. They're not really. There might be 1,000 watts at the most.
Right, you get 1,000 or 1,500 is the high end, but there's multiple settings. It's like running a low or medium.
You're trying to keep it above freezing, right? You don't really need it to heat it.
Yeah. You're not going to want to heat it up to 80 degrees because it's not going to do it.
It doesn't help you.
That's the Lightship RV website, so you can actually see it. But if you click it and put it in a different window,
that's if you take out the full/AE1 Cosmos. No, just go
Scroll
to
down.
lightshiprv.com. It's
Right.
The Cosmos is right there. They just did the website over because they're going to be at CES.
Yes, they're there now. Yeah.
But they've got a great video and they explain everything. So just go to the lightshiprv.com.
Right. Or on Friday, watch the Camp Report show.
That's right.
If you can't wait,
you get the whole
this
story.
is good stuff.
Okay. Dante turned on his Arctic pack.
He's probably sitting over there with 7 coats of clothes too.
Is it all right if I show to people what the light ship looks like? I got it pulled up.
Yeah, go ahead.
See if I can.
You can't screen share it because you and I are guests.
He can't.
I can't screen share.
Screen share. You and I can't.
That's crazy.
No, it's because we're guests on this one.
Can I allow him to do it something? Oh, that's Zoom.
No, that's Zoom.
Oh,
no, Bob can click on it. Bob, just click on that. Go further.
Yeah, Bob,
thing.
click on Walter's next comment.
you guys, you're really testing my.
Or go down to 7:37 p.m.
Isn't that in that one? Oh, 7:37.
7:37. Walter's back to back. He's got both of the the
better
big guys.
URL,
and then you can click on that one.
Walter's like
better URL. That's the one. But I don't know if you can click on the comment to get it to work. I think you just have to go to a new window, type it in, and share it.
No, you're behind my expertise.
What? You just click the plus sign on Chrome and type in Lightship.
That.
Yeah, you can do that, and then you screen share like you did for the video with John, and you bring the exact same thing up.
Right.
It works exactly the same way.
Here it comes.
Well, we got too many comments to get to before that.
We still have a few minutes.
Walter Swenson, yes, tried, got the same information. Dante, I use a different sprinkler. The wand type works great. Yep. Well, Audrey, we don't travel during the salting season, but that may change.
Yeah.
Ryan said, salts and chemicals kill every vehicle around here. That's a great thing to do. Thank you, Ryan.
Masha, I'll include a comp stay just to see one. Is she talking
about the electric
picture?
RV trailers?
Yeah, one of those light ships. Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can.
Oh, a comp stay for the light ship?
Yep.
Or the Pebble, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. What else we got? I'm sorry, Marcia, I didn't see yours there. Audrey Ryan, salt chemicals. Walter says, take a piece of PVC pipe, create a T with the pipe, add some wheels and nozzles, and you have a high-pressure washer. I think
he sells them now.
Yeah, I think it's easier to go get a damn garden hose.
And get the grandkid.
That's what happens. See, there's the beauty of this show. When you bring engineers...
Can you see? Oh, you can.
Onto the show, they always give you another.
There you go, Bobby.
All right,
that's
Let's
it.
take a look.
It's glass all the way around.
That's the black. That's a close-up of the black one.
Yep. 26 feet. Is that what that one is?
26 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look closer. We got a bathroom shot coming up here.
Yeah, that's a sunburn waiting to happen.
You can put on the sunshade version too. So this is a cool looking unit. Yeah, this is a repeat construction.
Yeah. It is. Bob, did they say that it's solar too?
Yes.
Okay.
Solar panels are on the roof, and I think he said 2,000 watts. There's the inside that folds down to the bed, and
using Normandy Farms as an example, which is a heavily wooded campsite.
For 160 years, lightships sailed through treacherous waters to help travelers safely find their way. Those bright lamps atop their masts, woven into America's maritime history, lit the way through dangers of the sea. Their lights were symbols of hope realized, guiding travelers safely home, back to loved ones. That beacon of hope, that call to travel, is reborn today at Lightship. It's time to search, to explore, to wander the great outdoors, while preserving its wonder.
So there you
The further
got to
you
push
go,
the button to have the top move up.
the closer you get to yourself, to nature, to each other. So let's go make memories in moments only found when we venture beyond the ordinary. We know the magic isn't just in the destination. It unfolds further with every mile together.
Go further. We better be going
It's
downhill.
basically a fancy trailer.
That instead of having a slide out, it slides up.
Yeah.
So Marsha, does that mean that if I can get you Lightship to put one on display at Normandy Farms, that you'll comp the stay? I just want to make sure what you do that. Or send me an email and let me know how that does it. Airstreams are pretty, but no storage in them. Yeah.
That is true.
Interesting.
So, and when I say these guys started with clean slates, both Lightship and Pebble, all new chassis. They built their own chassis, the lightest chassis around. So they took all that weight out of it. It's, for somebody like Walter, if we had a lot of money, I'd send them out there to do a review on it, because it's going to be very interesting when they start to. Well, you watch, just Google CES reviews this week, because there's Wired is doing a daily thing. Automotive Week is doing a daily report from CES. So they're going to have full-time people on them, that's for sure.
So, Mr. Zagami,
Yes.
it is 1 minute away from
Oh man, are you
closing
kidding
time.
me? Let's see what
Another hour.
Yeah, hang on. I Walter put both of the EVs up there. Yes, tried and got the same information from RV or SOS. Oh yeah, because isn't that where you learned how to do it?
Yeah, that's what you told me about it.
Yeah. Dante, I used a different sprinkler. The wand type works great. Okay. Audrey says we don't travel during the salting season. I didn't think so, but that may change. Okay. Brian, salts and chemicals kill every vehicles around here. That is a great thing to do. Okay. And Walter says, take a piece of Oh, I didn't even see that. He's
We went over these.
kind of thinking the same thing.
He's already filed the patent with the patent
Well,
office.
he probably has. Yeah. Thank you, Bob. Okay. And apparently you can
Found one online.
You can put pressure. Oh, there he's got.
He's already selling them online. Look at this.
Take my
1 hour show.
So many thoughts done. Hoping to get NRV to have a booth at next year's Boston show. We have offered to staff it. I talked to Terry Cooper 5 years ago about coming into the Boston show, and he hasn't done it. But you're right. NRVTA should be there. RBTI should be there too.
Mm-hmm.
Just something small and around the closet cabinet to the water system. Okay, he's working on design work. Why don't you all just let Bill control the videos?
Well, that's what we do like next week.
Well,
Come back next Wednesday.
We will attempt at engineering this thing. 250K high-low camper.
Yeah, for that one.
Exactly. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kevin will be there. Good.
A little different technology, though. Kevin, see you guys in Tampa. Yes, we will.
There we go.
That's it. And that is it. Well,
thank you, everyone. We do not take your presence for granted. We appreciate it. We thank you so much for being with us, and look forward to seeing you next week and subsequent weeks after that.
Especially as we head into our 8th year of RVing in New England.
8.2. This is 8.1.
Thank you for being with us.
Good job, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, everyone.
We will see you next week. Travel safe.
Have a great night.
This edition of RVing in New England was a present.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami. This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.